Hi Virgo, this is Melanie. I'm Moonzo Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your reading for the month of June 2019. Um, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. I am so incredibly grateful for all of the support that I've been receiving. Um, if you would like a private reading, that information will be in the description box below. And So the way that I connect with the signs is I do a meditation before I start your reading. And today, when I was meditating on your sign, I saw the sun, and um, and that's all I kept seeing was just the sun. So I feel like that's a very positive sign for you. In the tarot, the sun is like the most positive card you can get. Also, when I was pre-shuffling, what I saw was a couple of cards that kept coming up that I was getting glimpses of. One was the Ten of Swords, which could indicate that a cycle, the end of a cycle, the end of something in your life that was kind of like weighing you down has come. The end of that. The other thing that I kept getting a glimpse of was the Hierophant. The Hierophant actually popped out when I was shuffling, pre-shuffling, before I started your video. So we will dive in here, oh my gosh, with the cards and see what they have to say. Today I am using the Spellcasters Tarot deck by Melanie Marquise, and it's illustrated by Scott Murphy. So in the center of your reading, oh my goodness gracious, these cards are wanting to come out today. In the center of your reading, you have the Four of Swords. The center card is always the main issue of the month. And when I say month, I mean these energies kind of flow, right? It doesn't mean like they start at the beginning, like the first of the month, and end at the end of the month. What this reading could be happening to you now, or it could be happening, in the near future. And please keep in mind that these are general readings and not everything will resonate with everyone. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. So the center is the Four of Swords. The Thoughts position is the Hierophant. In the You Now position is the Judgment card. That's a major arcana. The Hierophant is also a major arcana. In the past, you have the Empress, also a major arcana. You have a lot going on this month, apparently. The challenge for the present moment, it's too many, is the Seven of Pentacles. The advice for the present moment is the Queen of Wands. Wow, you have so many major arcanas here. The challenge for the future is the Seven of Wands, and the advice is the Chariot, major arcana. And then for the outcome, you have the Temperance, which is another major arcana. So these are major energies that you have some big things happening for you, either now or in the near future. So just give me a second to look over everything and then get started. Okay, so you have two sevens here, both in the challenge positions. So we will dive in and go ahead and start the reading. So the central issue is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords in this deck, the depiction is looks like a soldier, maybe lying down, maybe meditating, and there are these guards, like these wolves. They look like they're kind of like guarding him, watching him, making sure that nothing, no harm comes to him. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Four of Swords pictures someone resting, and they have a sword like right above their head. So this could mean a couple of different things, that you maybe you're going on vacation to like get away from everything and take a rest. Maybe you need to take a step back and take a vacation, or just maybe you're feeling exhausted and you need a little bit more rest. Maybe you need to take a break from a situation. But at any rate, whatever the circumstances are, just know that you have guardians like watching over you to make sure that you're okay in this moment. So in your thoughts position, you have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can represent like a higher learning. It could represent school. It could represent like the church. But in this deck, this picture, so this guy's like, he looks like kind of like a pope, right? He's got like the Bible in one hand and a whip in the other hand. And this person here looks kind of like a devil. He has like a devil tail, and he's like bowing down. And then this woman here, it looks like some kind of goddess. She's got a moon here behind her back. So she's got like some kind of secret she's holding. Also, she's bowing down. So I feel like the message here is that in your thoughts, you feel like you are a slave to something. Something's like controlling you. It could represent like a corporation, like your job, maybe your career. I don't know exactly what it is, but it could be like school. Something in your life you feel control. You feel like you're a slave to. Okay, and this Hierophant is a major arcana card, so this is a major energy for you. This is something big in your life that you feel like you are a slave to, and you're having to bow down to. At this moment. So that's in the forefront of your mind. And in the you now position, so what you want, like right now, this is the Judgment card. In the Rider-Waite deck, like the traditional meaning of the Judgment card is like being resurrected from something, right? Like it pictures people like who are dead in the ground, and then they're like being woken up from the dead. They're being lifted up out of their coffins, right, to live again. So the depiction in this deck is this person here, right? This represents you. You're like being burned alive in this cauldron. But then this hand, which represents the divine, is just waving their magic wand and like resurrecting you out of this, right? So what you want, so I feel like these cards all are talking about the same thing. So the central energy is you're exhausted, you're tired, you need a break from whatever this is that is like enslaving you. You feel like a slave to, like you're having to bow down to it, or get the whip, right? Or maybe you're like exhausted from getting the whip. And when I say getting the whip, I mean figuratively. Like beat down. You feel beat down, and what you want is to be resurrected from this. But what I saw when I meditated was the sun. So I think that your resurrection is coming. You just maybe need to be patient. In the past, you have the Empress card. So this is like something that the Empress is Mother Earth. She could represent your mother. Maybe you are a mother. It doesn't have to be male or female, but it could represent just somebody in your past who represents the qualities of the Empress, right? Somebody who was really, really important to you. Or this could represent you, and you are the motherly type, right? You are the person who takes care of everybody else. It could represent giving birth. So maybe in the past you had a child. It could represent giving birth to something. So maybe in the past you had like an idea or something that you wanted to do and you started that. So, or maybe you didn't start it yet, but maybe since this is in the past position, maybe this is like something that's about to come to fruition. Okay, so your challenge is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is a card of like waiting. This person here has been watering her garden like diligently, diligently taking care of it, watching over it, waiting patiently for whatever it is to come to fruition. Like she's been waiting so long, the dog is like given up and like has fallen asleep because it's just been a long time. And this card in the challenge position to me tells me that you have been, working really hard on something and watering the seeds and waiting patiently, and it's just not coming fast enough for you. It's not coming, like the fruits of your labor are not coming as quickly as what you thought they would. So that's the challenge. It's kind of like have a little more patience. And the advice is to be the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a fire sign queen. So she's in charge. She can get things done. This could represent a person in your life, but it doesn't have to. It could represent like an older female fire sign, or just somebody who possesses those qualities. But it could represent an energy that you need to embody in order to make these things happen, right? So the Queen of Wands, you see, she's got this staff here, and she's got, it's got like new growth on it, right? And the Queen of Wands is a person who can get things done. I mean, she can like handle everything in her life, right? She can go to work, she can make her money, she can pay her bills, she can be the mother at home, she can, take care of the house and take care of everyone. She can like literally get everything done and make everybody feel comfortable. She is an action card. She's an action figure. That's funny. She's an action figure. She's like a person who embodies action. She will make things happen. So I feel like in the past, right, you started something. You've been working really, 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 really hard on it, taking care of it, waiting for it to come to fruition. And the advice here is to continue your hard work, continue taking care of this new venture that you're on, or whatever it is that you've started. And have more action to it, put more action into it, maybe put more work into it, maybe work smarter, not harder. Um, so that's the advice. And the challenge for the future is the Seven of Wands. So this could be, this is also a Wands card, right? A fire card. And he's got a staff, or she, this is a she, I think. She has this staff here and she has the staff here. Both have this new growth on it, right? So it's coming. The challenge for the future, I feel like, is to stand in your own power. Stand by what you believe in. Be true to yourself. Be true to whatever ideas that you have, right? And your creative process with whatever this is, whatever this new venture is. And, kind of like stand up for yourself and be true to your beliefs. And so maybe this is talking about, this, like, you don't bow down to somebody else's beliefs, right? Like stand in your own power and be true to yourself. So that's your challenge. And then the advice is the Chariot card. And the Chariot card is a card of movement. Like you have a lot of movement cards here, right? Like the Queen of Wands is a card of movement and action. The Chariot is a card of movement and action. And the Chariot is another major arcana card. In this depiction of the Chariot, it's got there's some shooting stars here, right? And in the Chariot is an actual a lotus, right? So the lotus flower lives in mud, right? And then it comes through the mud and it like opens up to this beautiful flower that you see here. And in this depiction, there's a light in the center, right? It looks kind of like the sun, referring back to the meditation that I did. So it's coming. Like what the sun that I saw, this judgment card, the resurrection that is like being sent to you by the divine, right? The divine is like waving its magic wand to get you out of this fiery pot here that you're in. It's coming. But don't be afraid to take action. Don't be afraid to stand in your own truth. Don't bow down to people or whatever it is that's got you enslaved. Take the time for yourself that you need to like reflect and maybe meditate, relax a little bit because you are being protected. And then once you take more action and like maybe you need to take more action than just watering whatever it is. Maybe this is the message here, that you need to take more action, more than what you've been doing. And then once you do that, then it's going to come to fruition. It's going to come out of the mud and the muck and blossom into this beautiful lotus. It's going to blossom into this beautiful lotus. Like, look how similar these pictures are, right? This is like blossoming out into this beautiful, it looks like the sun here, or maybe that's a star, but I mean, it's very, very bright. So I feel like it's the sun. And this is the same, it's like the same exact picture, image almost, like opening up, it's opening up and letting the divine come in. You see how closed these people in this image are? They're like completely closed down, and these are like completely open. So I feel like that is a huge message here for you, especially because these are two major arcanas. Actually, all three of these are major arcanas. So you need to go from this to this. And then the outcome is the Temperance, right? So the Temperance card is also a major arcana, and Temperance represents Sagittarius. So this could be a Sagittarius person in your life. But for me, in this reading, I feel like this is about having balance, right? So the balance between these two, right? These two images are completely different. You need to find like a middle ground. I would say definitely try some meditation. That is so helpful to be able to balance just your thinking process and your emotions and your anxiety levels. So the outcome is to have a balance in your life between your emotions and your energies. Also, I wanted to show you on the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about like working. It's about kind of like doing the same thing over and over and over and over again in order to get what you want. So I feel like the major message in this reading is about, free yourself from whatever it is that's binding you and kind of like holding you down, bending you over to where you're not standing in your own power. And then once you do that, then you'll have this like resurrection and everything will come out and you'll be able to stand in your own power and like do whatever it is that you've started that you want so badly. So I have a new oracle deck. It is called Roots and Wings Oracle Deck, and it is by Kat Riles. This was a Mother's Day gift from my daughter, and I want to pull an oracle card for you from this. So what does Virgo need to know in the month of June 2019? What is the message for Virgo in the month of June 2019? What does Virgo need to know? Month of June 2019. Ooh, the Lovers. So the Lovers card it could be about lovers, but I feel like for your reading for the month of that's so funny. I just realized that it's got this huge sun here in the background, and that's all I could see when I was doing your meditation. The Lovers for me and for this reading is about making a decision, right? Taking a step back, taking a rest, taking a break, making a decision to free yourself from this situation so that you can let the light come in. I am going to, if I can find it in this book, read what it says. seem to find it. Sorry for the delay. Okay, I don't know. Hold on. I'm so sorry about this. Lovers. Okay, finally. I'm so sorry. A card about choosing love or fear. You can choose to live out of love or live in resistance to love. One opens the heart while the other closes it. So this is about this, right? Being oppressed, living in fear. And this is about, living in love. So that's the message for your reading. Choose love. Always choose love. Choose to love yourself, right? Choose to love yourself. Self-love is the most important thing in allowing abundance to come into your life, knowing that you are worth it. So that's been your reading for the month of June 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. And always, please, if you choose to, I'd love to hear your comments, read your comments. So comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have an amazing month of June, Virgo. And I'll see you next month. Bye.